Dear listener, take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Allow the day to fall away behind you. You are safe, warm, and unhurried. The room around you begins to soften. The air feels gentle, almost silken as it moves across your skin. You may imagine a quiet fire nearby, its faint glow tracing light along the walls. Listen for the slow, calm rhythm of your own breathing, and let it carry you deeper into stillness. Each breath releases a little more weight, a little more thought. You are floating now in the soft hush of evening. The world outside grows distant and peaceful, and as the last traces of daylight fade, my voice becomes a slow current, guiding you to a place long ago, beneath candlelight and velvet shadows. Our story tonight begins in the quiet heart of a Tudor castle. The year is distant, the walls are thick with time, and the night carries the scent of beeswax and roses. Our story begins in a chamber that glows with candlelight. Heavy velvet curtains hang along the walls, deep crimson and lined with golden thread. The air is warm and still, except for the faint crackle of the fire in the hearth. Beside the window sits a young princess. Her gown is simple but rich in color, the deep blue of twilight. She holds an embroidery frame upon her lap. The needle glints, thin as a whisper, as it slides through the fabric. Outside, the courtyard is hushed. The moon has risen over the castle towers, and pale light spills through the window's glass panes, mixing with the amber light of the candles. The two colors blend, silver and gold dancing across the folds of her gown. Her name is almost forgotten in history, a name spoken only in old letters and faded records. She was not a queen nor a figure of power, yet her life, like so many quiet lives, carried its own secret beauty. Listen to the sound of the needle. It moves slowly, in and out of the fabric. The thread follows, sliding softly. The motion repeats, a gentle rhythm, steady and calming. You can imagine the faint texture beneath her fingers, the warmth of the candle against her cheek. Sometimes she hums under her breath, an old melody from the court musicians below. The sound is faint, almost like a lullaby. The castle breathes with her, a place so vast and ancient that every sound seems to echo for a moment before fading into silence. Beyond the walls, a breeze stirs through the orchard. The leaves rustle softly, their sound like a distant sigh. The scent of apple blossoms drifts through the narrow window slits, mingling with the aroma of melted wax and old oak wood. She pauses, lifts her head, and listens. Somewhere down the hall, a servant's shoes whisper against the stone floor. There is laughter far away, the kind that ends quickly, swallowed by the night. And then, again, there is only quiet. The princess was often mocked for her quiet ways. Others at court found her strange. They teased the way she preferred solitude over feasts, how she chose a needle instead of a dance. They could not understand that her peace came not from power, but from small acts of stillness. Tonight, she works on a piece of embroidery for her sister, a pattern of lilies and vines. Each stitch carries a thought, a prayer, or a memory. Some threads are bright gold, others pale as cream. The work glows in the candlelight, like sunlight trapped in cloth. She remembers her mother's voice, teaching her the craft years ago, when she was small enough to sit upon her mother's lap. Every stitch, her mother had said, is a breath made visible. If you sew with care, it will hold warmth long after you are gone. So she sews, slowly, carefully. Her breathing matches the rhythm of her hands. The motion quiets her thoughts. Around her, the great castle, with all its noise and intrigue, fades away. Now imagine yourself there beside her. The air is cool and faintly perfumed with rose oil. The light flickers upon the stone walls, leaving soft shadows in the corners. You can hear the steady crackle of the hearth. You feel the warmth of the fire brushing your skin, the faint chill from the window's draft, the balance of heat and coolness that lulls the body toward ease. Her voice, if she speaks, is low and thoughtful. She might tell you about the seasons passing, the plum trees that bloom in the orchard, the swans that glide upon the moat in summer, the frost that paints the courtyard statues each winter morning. Her tone is calm, almost like a prayer, yet filled with wonder at simple things. In those Tudor years, even the highborn spent their quiet hours in such crafts. Royal women embroidered sleeves, altar cloths, or small handkerchiefs for gifts. Some were said to hide secret meanings in their patterns: a rose for loyalty, a vine for endurance, a heart for faith. This princess, too, stitched symbols into her works, small, careful ones no one else would notice. A bird taking flight, a single drop of rain, a moon half hidden by a cloud. They told her story, though she would never claim it aloud. The world around her was changing, alliances forming, whispers of power echoing through the great halls. But here, in her chamber, there was no need for power. There was only fabric, light, breath, and silence. You can feel that silence now. It spreads softly, like warm water, over stones. The candles flicker, their small flames bending in the air. The fire hums low. The gold thread catches the light once more as she pulls it through. The sound of the needle, the faint scrape of chair legs against stone, the whisper of fabric folding each sound folds into the next, gentle and seamless. You may let your breathing fall into that same rhythm. In, as the needle rises, out as it falls. In and out, again and again, soft and even. The princess closes her eyes for a moment. Behind her eyelids, she sees the patterns she has yet to sew. Lilies, stars, maybe a small crown in the corner. Her mind drifts, as yours does, now drifting through still air and quiet golden light. The room grows warmer. The shadows stretch across the floor. The candles lean low, their light turning to amber. The embers in the hearth breathe a slow red glow. Outside, the night deepens. The wind hushes. The orchard sleeps beneath the moon. Somewhere in the stables, a horse shifts softly in straw. The sound reaches the window as a faint rustle, a soft reminder that life continues in peaceful rhythm. Within the chamber, the princess lowers her needle. Her work is done for tonight. She gazes at the embroidery golden threads, shining like sunlight, caught in cloth, and smiles faintly. She whispers a small prayer that the world might see her not as strange or silent, but as someone who listened, someone who saw beauty in stillness. Her breath slows. She sits quietly, hands resting in her lap. Around her, the castle hums in sleep. The fire sighs, and the last candle flickers low. She closes her eyes. The soft rhythm of her breathing becomes the rhythm of the night itself, steady, calm, eternal. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm too. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and get comfortable. The night settles like a soft cloak around the castle. The fire burns low, its embers glowing a deep red beneath curls of ash. The princess rises, stretching her arms gently, her movements quiet and slow. The golden embroidery rests upon a small wooden table beside the bed. It gleams faintly in the dim light, the pattern alive with warmth, even as the room cools. She crosses to the window. The panes of glass are uneven, old, and hand-blown. They shimmer with moonlight. When she looks out, the world seems silver and still. Below her window, the courtyard lies asleep, cobblestones shining faintly with dew. The fountain at its center murmurs a soft stream of water, steady and low. The sound mixes with the faint hum of the night wind. A few torches remain lit along the outer walls, their flames swaying gently. She can almost hear the distant steps of a night guard moving along the battlements. Beyond, the meadows stretch to the forest edge, where shadows deepen into trees. The princess breathes in, slow and calm. The air tastes faintly of cool stone and distant rain. For a moment she forgets the gossip of the court, the mocking laughter that sometimes followed her in the hallways. Out here, alone with the night, there is only peace. She closes her eyes. The sound of the fountain becomes softer, like a heartbeat. The scent of the room wax, lavender and smoke folds around her. Her thoughts drift backward to an afternoon long ago when she was a child in a garden. In her memory, sunlight rests upon her shoulders. The garden walls are covered with ivy. Bees hum lazily among the flowers. Her mother sits nearby beneath a tree, sewing a handkerchief with a tiny crown in one corner. She remembers how her mother's voice sounded that day, low and warm, telling her stories of women who ruled not by power, but by patience and wisdom. Grace, her mother had said, is the quiet strength no one sees until they need it most. The memory glows softly in her heart, a candle that never fades. She opens her eyes again, and the candlelight of her chamber seems to echo that old warmth. She turns back toward her bed, its canopy heavy with embroidered velvet. The sheets are linen, cool and clean, faintly scented with rose water. She sits upon the edge, unlaces her gown, and folds it neatly beside her. The silence deepens as she moves. Each sound, the rustle of fabric, the faint creak of the bed frame, the slow whisper of her breath, feels magnified, yet soothing. The fire sighs again. The last log collapses inward, sending up a faint shower of sparks. The light dances across the walls, touching the tapestries that hang there. Hunting scenes, floral borders, a golden stag, a field of lilies. She watches the shapes move. In the shifting glow, the figures almost seem alive. The deer turn their heads, the lilies sway. It is easy, in that half-dreaming state, to imagine the world within the fabric breathing softly, as though the stories woven there are waiting to be remembered. Outside, clouds drift over the moon. The light fades, then returns. The rhythm of darkness and silver light moves slowly across her face. She lies down, drawing the linen sheet up to her chest. Her body relaxes into the mattress, its softness molded from feather and wool. Her breathing slows, matching the quiet pulse of the castle. You might imagine lying there beside her now, feeling the same warmth and weight of the night. The walls of stone feel protective, ancient. Every sound wind crackle, distant footsteps is muted and kind. As your body rests, you sense the deep time held within these stones. Generations have slept under this same roof. Every night carried its own dreams, every heart its own story. The castle remembers them all, each breath, each whispered hope, each sigh before sleep. The princess turns her head slightly, eyes half closed. She murmurs a few lines of an old prayer. Her words are simple: gratitude for the quiet, forgiveness for the unkind, a wish for peace. When she finishes, she listens again to the fountain beyond the window. The sound is softer now, a steady murmur that blends with the wind. She imagines the water gliding over smooth stones, clear and cold, shining faintly beneath the moon. Her fingers find the edge of her embroidery once more, resting upon the golden threads. She traces them lightly, as though reading a language only she can understand. Each stitch feels familiar, a promise made to herself to stay gentle in a world that often misunderstands gentleness. The night deepens further. In the courtyard, the torches die one by one. The guards pass quietly out of sight. Somewhere an owl calls, low and distant, its voice soft as breath. She thinks of the garden again, of her mother's voice, of summer wind among the apple trees. The images drift together, slow and seamless, like the weaving of a dream. Her eyes grow heavy. She lets them close. The castle fades, but the feeling remains: the calm, the safety, the warmth. If you listen closely, you can almost hear her breathing. It is slow and even, blending with the hush of night. The embroidery lies beside her, gold thread glowing faintly like captured sunlight. The room is a cradle of silence. Now the story stretches outward, as if the air itself remembers. The same moon that shines upon her window shines upon the forests, the rivers, the quiet fields beyond. The whole world seems to rest together, breathing as one. In this stillness, time loses meaning. The centuries that separate her from you dissolve. The sound of her needle, the hum of her lullaby, the whisper of her breath, they linger in the air, traveling gently across time until they reach your heart tonight. You feel that connection, soft, invisible, unbroken, a thread between the forgotten princess and your own quiet self. It hums with warmth, with calm, with understanding. And as you listen, that thread settles deeper inside you, weaving through your thoughts, soothing them, stilling them, until you, too, begin to rest in her peace. The candles fade to small blue points. The fire gives one last sigh. The sound of the fountain becomes the sound of your breathing. The princess sleeps. The castle sleeps. The world sleeps. All is well. All is calm. All is still. The castle sleeps beneath a quilt of silver light. Outside, the night air has grown colder, and mist rises from the meadows, curling like smoke over the ground. Within the walls, the torches have gone out, leaving only the pale glow of the moon through the windows. In her chamber, the princess lies still, her breathing slow, her hands resting loosely upon the golden embroidery. The faint warmth of the fire remains, glowing behind the grate like a heart that refuses to fade. The room feels timeless now, as though even the stones are resting. In this silence, imagination softens the edges of things. The air seems to shimmer. The candle stubs, long extinguished, catch the moonlight and gleam faintly, as if lit again by unseen hands. The curtains stir, though no wind passes through. It is the deep hour before dawn, when dreams hold the world in their gentle sway. The princess dreams. Her mind drifts through corridors of memory, each one lined with light and shadow. In her dream, she walks barefoot through the castle garden. 2 gathers on her feet. The air smells of mint and rain. The stars above her are bright and near, as if the heavens have leaned close to listen. She hears her own laughter in the distance, the laughter of her younger self chasing a butterfly between the rows of lavender. She sees her sister at the fountain, splashing the clear water, and their mother watching from the terrace with a smile that warms the whole scene. The dream feels so real that the heart cannot tell where memory ends and imagination begins. The sound of running water blends with the pulse of her own breath. The coolness of the grass beneath her feet feels true. Yet she knows she is sleeping. It does not matter. The dream welcomes her, soft and safe. She wanders deeper into the garden, where the moonlight gathers in the folds of the hedges and the air hums with unseen wings. Fireflies drift between the roses, their tiny lights pulsing like secret stars. The fountain sings softly, steady, and tender. She kneels beside it. The water is clear, reflecting her face. It is older now, wiser, calmer. She studies it for a long moment. Then she dips her fingers into the cool water and watches the ripples widen outward. Each circle carries her reflection farther until the image blurs and fades. In that fading, she feels no sadness, only peace. The ripples remind her of time itself, endless and gentle, carrying all things forward. The dream shifts slightly. The air grows warmer, as if the dawn is near. She hears footsteps behind her and turns. It is her mother again, just as she remembers, dressed in soft green silk, her expression calm and kind. The princess does not speak. She simply watches. Her mother's voice comes to her as a whisper, low and loving. "You have always been more than they understood," she says. "You see the world in the quiet between the moments." The princess feels tears rise, but they are warm, not sorrowful. She feels a weight lift from her chest, one she had carried for many years. Her mother reaches out, touching her cheek lightly. The touch feels real, the warmth of skin, the faint scent of roses. Then her mother says, "Rest, my child. You have already become what you were meant to be." The garden brightens. The light turns golden, soft as sunrise. Her mother's form begins to fade with it, melting gently into the morning glow. The princess watches until the light fills everything. She wakes with a slow, peaceful breath. The first hint of dawn touches the window. Pale silver gives way to rose. The long night has passed. The room, bathed in this early light, feels renewed. She sits up slowly, drawing the sheet around her shoulders. The fire has gone out completely, leaving only faint curls of smoke. The embroidery lies beside her, the gold thread gleaming in the morning light. She smiles. The stillness of dawn has its own sound, soft hum, as though the air itself is waking. Somewhere outside, a bird sings its first note. Then another joins, and another, until the courtyard fills with gentle song. She rises from her bed, bare feet touching the cool stone floor. She crosses again to the window and opens the shutters. The hinges creak softly. A breath of morning air moves into the room. It smells of damp earth and blooming vines. She looks out at the courtyard below. The fountain sparkles under the first rays of the sun. Servants begin to stir. The world begins again. For a moment, she stands there quietly, her hair loose over her shoulders, the breeze moving through it. She feels light, as though the dream's message has settled inside her heart. She thinks again of the words her mother spoke. You have already become what you were meant to be. The thought fills her with warmth. The court may still misunderstand her. There will always be laughter from those who see only the surface of things. But this morning she knows that peace comes not from being seen, but from seeing clearly. She glances down at her embroidery. The golden lilies catch the sunlight, glowing softly. She traces one with her fingertip, feeling the texture beneath. She will finish it today and send it to her sister as a gift, a small message of love stitched in thread and patience. Then she will walk in the gardens, barefoot if she dares, and listen to the bees among the blossoms. The castle awakens fully now. Bells sound from the distant chapel, marking the hour of matins. Their tones drift through the corridors and across the fields. The princess listens. Each chime is deep and full, ringing into the morning like a blessing. She lets the sound wash over her. The vibration hums through the air, low and steady. It mingles with the bird song, the rustle of leaves, and the sigh of the wind. All these sounds together create a kind of music's slow, harmonious, grounding. She breathes with it, matching her rhythm to the world's rhythm. Her heart feels clear. Her thoughts are soft and quiet. You may imagine yourself standing there beside her now, in that same morning light. The air is cool on your skin. The warmth of the sun touches your face. You hear the same bells, the same soft murmur of life beginning again. You can feel how peaceful this moment is, how still the world can become when seen through calm eyes. The princess's serenity becomes your own. Every breath draws that calm deeper. Every sound settles your thoughts further. You are surrounded by warmth, by light, by quiet strength. The princess turns to you in your imagination. She smiles, small, knowing smile in for a heartbeat. It feels as if she sees you clearly, as if she recognizes the same stillness within you that once set her apart. Then she turns back toward the window, her figure outlined in light. The story could end here, yet its piece continues, moving through time like a golden thread. The thread weaves into your dreams tonight, carrying the message she once lived by, that gentleness is not weakness, that stillness holds its own kind of power, and that peace begins wherever we choose to listen. The morning bells fade slowly. The castle hums with quiet life. The light grows warmer. The princess closes her eyes, takes one last deep breath, and smiles. The morning grows warmer as the sun climbs higher. Light pours through the tall windows of the chamber, touching the wooden floors and golden embroidery with a soft glow. The princess rises fully, stretching slowly, her limbs long and unhurried. Each movement is deliberate and calm, like water flowing gently over smooth stones. She dresses in a simple gown of soft cream linen, its folds brushing quietly against her skin. The rustle of fabric is soft and comforting. She fastens the small buttons carefully, letting each one click into place with measured patience. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the gentle rhythm of a morning that moves at its own pace. The embroidery rests beside her bed. Its golden threads seem brighter now in the morning light, reflecting warmth into the room. She lifts it gently, feeling the delicate texture under her fingers, and walks toward her desk by the window. A small breeze enters, carrying the scent of lavender and freshly turned soil from the gardens below. The castle courtyard is alive with quiet motion. Servants go about their duties, their steps light on the cobblestones. Horses stir in their stalls, stamping gently. the fountain murmurs steadily, sending a cool, clear rhythm through the air. The princess pauses at the window, watching each movement as though she is part of a gentle symphony. She imagines stepping outside, letting her bare feet touch the cold stone. The sun warms her shoulders. Birds flit from tree to tree, singing softly to one another. The sound is delicate, like wind threading through leaves. She inhales deeply, feeling the morning air fill her lungs and settle like a soft blanket around her heart. Today, she decides, will be spent in quiet observation. She takes a basket and wanders into the garden. The grass is still damp with dew. Tiny drops cling to the petals of flowers. Every movement produces a soft sound, the faint brush of cloth, the gentle snap of a twig beneath her feet, the whisper of leaves overhead. The princess pauses at the lavender row. Bees drift lazily from blossom to blossom, their hum a low, soothing vibration. She watches them, noticing their careful, deliberate movements. In their small, unhurried labor, she sees a reflection of herself, each stitch in her embroidery, like the work of these tiny creatures, purposeful, quiet, unseen by most, but full of meaning. A soft wind ripples through the garden, carrying the scents of mint, rose, and morning air. She closes her eyes for a moment, letting the gentle current brush her cheeks. It feels like the world itself is breathing with her, slow and even. She wanders toward a small orchard at the garden's edge. Apple trees rise, heavy with fruit. Their branches bend slightly under the weight. Sunlight filters through the leaves, painting the ground in soft, dappled patterns. She reaches up and touches the smooth, round surface of an apple. Its skin is cool, almost glimmering. The orchard is quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves. Somewhere a bird calls, its song sweet and low. A squirrel darts along the fence, pausing for only a moment to regard her. The princess smiles faintly, feeling a connection to all the small lives moving peacefully around her. She sits beneath one tree, cross-legged on the soft grass. The earth is cool and steady beneath her. She leans against the trunk, feeling its rough bark against her back. The tree seems to breathe with her. Each leaf whispers in the wind, a soft, rustling lullaby. In this quiet space, she thinks of her mother and her sister. She traces the golden embroidery in her mind, imagining each stitch forming a message of love and patience. She realizes that even in moments of isolation or of being misunderstood, there is a place of quiet strength inside oneself, a sanctuary. Time passes gently. The sun rises higher, warming her hair and shoulders. The orchard is alive with soft light and movement. She closes her eyes, letting the warmth seep into her bones. She imagines the river beyond the castle, flowing steadily and calmly, reflecting the light like molten silver. Her breathing matches the rhythm of the world, slow in, slow out. The hum of life around her, the wind, the birds, the water, the whisper of leaves blends seamlessly with the pulse of her own body. After some time, she rises and strolls along the garden paths, her steps careful and light. She passes the fountain again. Water spills over smooth stones, sending tiny ripples across the surface. She dips her fingers in, letting the cool flow slip over her skin. The sensation is soothing, like a gentle wave brushing over a calm shore. A breeze passes through the courtyard. It carries the scent of baked bread from the kitchens, faint and comforting. She inhales, letting the warmth and aroma settle around her. Even the smallest details, the sound of a door creaking, the shimmer of sun on cobblestones, the faint hum of the castle walls, become part of a meditation, a symphony of gentle sensation. She returns to her chamber as the morning moves toward noon. Sunlight fills every corner, touching the tapestries, the desk, the golden embroidery. She sits again by the window, placing her work on her lap. She begins a few careful stitches, slow and mindful. Each movement is deliberate. Each thread glides quietly through the fabric. As she works, she feels the rhythm of her own heartbeat, the slow, steady pull of life around her, and the quiet companionship of the castle walls. She is alone, but not lonely. She is present, fully alive, and entirely calm. Outside, the wind moves through the trees. Leaves brush against one another, producing a soft, rustling sound. Birds hop from branch to branch. The fountain continues its steady, low murmur. All of it blends into one gentle, harmonious lullaby. The princess finishes a section of embroidery and sets it aside. She leans back in her chair, stretching lightly. She closes her eyes. The warmth of sunlight on her skin, the soft hum of the castle, the faint scent of flowers and stone, everything combines to create a feeling of complete calm. She imagines the day stretching out before her, slow and unhurried. There will be meals shared quietly, walks through the garden, perhaps a visit from a friend or sibling, but all of it is gentle, without pressure or expectation. Time itself seems to move at the pace of her breath. She rests here, letting the sounds of the world surround her. The castle, the garden, the sky, the trees, they are all companions in this quiet moment. You may picture yourself there now, beside her, sitting on soft grass, feeling the warm sun on your face, listening to the distant hum of water and wind. The world moves gently around you, and inside you, your breath matches that rhythm. Every sound, every touch, every scent is soft and comforting. Every heartbeat is a reminder of calm, of being safe, of being understood, even when others may not notice. The princess smiles softly, her eyes closed. You feel her calm spread across the space between your imagination and your senses. The garden, the castle, the orchard, they are all a cradle for rest, a soft place to lie down in your mind. And in this gentle, timeless moment, the world feels slow and tender, carrying you toward a quiet, restful state. The afternoon sun shifts slowly, casting longer shadows across the garden. The warmth of the day softens, and the light becomes golden, spilling through the branches of the orchard trees. The princess walks slowly along the paths, feeling the smooth stones under her feet, the slight brush of leaves against her arms, and the soft warmth of sunlight on her shoulders. She pauses by a small patch of violets, kneeling to touch their delicate petals. Their fragrance is faint, sweet, and calming. She breathes in, letting the scent settle in her mind like a soft lullaby. Every movement she makes is deliberate and slow, each one a meditation in itself. A gentle breeze stirs the garden, carrying with it the sounds of distant laughter from the castle kitchens, the soft clatter of dishes, the murmur of voices, and the occasional ringing of a bell blend together like a gentle symphony. The princess listens quietly, letting each sound wash over her, unhurried and soothing. She wanders toward the fountain once more. Water cascades over smooth stones, creating a rhythmic, steady sound. She dips her fingers into the cool flow, letting the water slide slowly over her skin. The sensation is soft and calming. Tiny ripples spread outward, reflecting sunlight like tiny sparks of gold. The princess watches the ripples, feeling the passage of time as gentle and continuous. She closes her eyes, imagining the water carrying away worries, leaving only peace and clarity behind. Her breathing slows, matching the rhythm of the fountain, the rustle of leaves, and the distant murmur of life in the castle. Above, the trees sway lazily in the breeze. Birds settle into the branches, chirping softly, as if whispering secrets only the princess could hear. She feels the warmth of the sun begin to fade slightly, replaced by the cooler, gentler light of late afternoon. The day itself seems to pause, holding her in its quiet embrace. Returning to the chamber, she sets the embroidery beside her desk and sits by the window. The room is bathed in soft, golden light, shadows stretching across the floor. She leans back in her chair, letting her body relax fully. Her hands rest gently on her lap. The room is still, save for the faint hum of the wind through the open window. She watches the sky change as clouds drift slowly, soft and white, over the pale blue expanse. The colors shift gently, pale gold to soft pink, and she feels a quiet awe at the simple beauty of the world. She breathes slowly, matching her rhythm to the changing light, letting her thoughts drift like clouds across the sky. The princess imagines walking again through the castle corridors. Each step makes a soft echo against the stone floors. The walls are lined with tapestries that shimmer slightly in the afternoon light. She brushes her fingers over them, feeling the textures and the stories woven into every thread. She pauses to listen. The castle hums with quiet life. The distant murmur of servants, the faint creak of doors, the soft flutter of curtains in the breezle blend into a soothing melody. She thinks of the people she has passed, those who may not understand her fully, but she feels no bitterness. Instead, she feels calm, knowing that her quiet strength lies not in recognition, but in the gentle rhythm of her own life. The sun continues its descent, casting warm light through the tall windows. The sky outside shifts into deeper shades of pink and purple. The first stars begin to appear, faint points of silver in the evening sky. The princess walks to the balcony, leaning lightly on the stone railing. She breathes in the cool air, scented with evening dew and jasmine from the gardens below. The world feels still and vast. She listens to the rustle of leaves, the soft chirping of birds settling for the night, and the low hum of the castle settling into its own quiet rhythm. She feels a deep connection to everything around Hertha, earth, the air, the stone walls, the growing night sky. Returning to her chamber, she lights a small candle. The flame flickers gently, casting warm shadows that dance along the walls. She sits beside it, holding her embroidery loosely in her lap. The golden threads glimmer in the candlelight, soft and inviting. She traces the patterns with her fingers, feeling their texture and weight. The room is quiet. The soft flicker of the candle, the distant evening sounds, and the faint breeze through the window create a cocoon of calm. She leans back, closing her eyes for a moment, letting the sensations settle into her body. Each breath is slow, soft, and measured. The princess imagines the day fading into night. The gardens are quiet, the fountain murmuring softly. The stars are brighter now, reflected in the still water of the moat beyond the castle walls. She feels the peace of the evening spread through her, a calm that does not rush or demand. She lies down on her bed, drawing the covers gently around her. The fabric is soft against her skin, the room warm with lingering sunlight and the faint glow of the candle. She closes her eyes fully, letting her mind drift. Each thought is soft and light, floating like a feather. You may picture yourself there now, in her chamber, lying beside her in your imagination. The air is still and warm. The sounds of the castle and garden drift gently past. Your breathing matches the rhythm of the world outside the window. Every heartbeat is slow, calm, and steady. The candle flickers softly. Its light touches your closed eyelids and the space around you. The golden glow reminds you of safety and warmth. You feel weightless, floating on the soft currents of calm that surround the princess. Outside, the evening deepens. The moon rises slowly, pale and steady. Its light drifts through the window, joining the candle's warm glow. Shadows play along the walls. The world is hushed, as though waiting for dreams to arrive. The princess turns slightly in her bed, her hands resting loosely. She breathes in the calm night air, feeling it fill her lungs and settle like a gentle cloak around her body. Every muscle relaxes, every thought softens. The castle itself seems to lean closer, cradling her in stillness. The day has ended, and the night welcomes her gently. She drifts into a soft, slow sleep, carried by the warmth of the candle, the glow of the moon, and the quiet rhythm of her own heart. You drift with her, safe and serene, as the world outside grows deeper into quiet night. All around, life slows. The stars shine softly. The garden and courtyard rest. The castle settles, and within this calm, you feel a gentle, enduring peace, ready to follow you into sleep and dreams. The night grows deeper, and the castle settles into quiet stillness. Outside, the moon casts silver light over the garden, making the dew on the flowers sparkle like tiny stars. The princess lies in her bed, warm and comfortable, feeling the soft weight of blankets around her. Her breathing is slow and steady, matching the calm rhythm of the world outside her window. She imagines herself floating gently above the castle, rising with the moonlight. The garden below glimmers in silver and green. The fountain sparkles with reflected stars. Trees sway softly in the night breeze, their leaves whispering secrets only the darkness can hold. She drifts slowly over them, feeling light, serene, and safe. In her mind, the embroidery threads come alive. The golden patterns shimmer and twist gently, forming shapes like the wings of birds or the curves of rolling hills. She traces them with her fingers in imagination, letting their soft movement lull her further into calm. Each stitch feels like a tiny heartbeat, a gentle signal that all is well. The castle corridors are quiet now. Faint candlelight flickers in distant rooms. The soft creak of doors and the whisper of the wind through high windows are all that break the silence. Every sound is measured and gentle, like the slow turning of pages in a storybook. The princess imagines gliding along these corridors, leaving behind nothing but soft echoes. Outside, the trees sway with a tender rhythm. The breeze brushes across petals, making them rustle and sway like music. The princess feels the cool night air against her skin, soft and smooth, wrapping her in its quiet embrace. Her breathing flows with the wind, in and out, slow, calm, and steady. She envisions the stars above the castle, twinkling softly. Each one seems to shine just for her, a gentle companion in the night sky. She counts them slowly in her mind, one by one, letting the quiet repetition soothe her. The stars become a soft rhythm, guiding her deeper into rest and gentle dreaming. The princess imagines walking once more through the orchard. The trees bend slightly with the night breeze, and the apples seem to glow faintly under the moonlight. She touches one gently. Its smooth skin is cool and comforting. She hears the soft patter of her own footsteps on the grass, slow and quiet. A nightingale begins its soft song. Its notes are delicate, rising and falling like a lullaby. The princess listens, letting each note sink into her heart. The music blends with the rustle of leaves and the distant murmur of water, forming a gentle symphony that carries her mind away from the waking world. She returns to the garden fountain. Water glides over stones with a soft, steady murmur. Tiny ripples shimmer in the moonlight. She dips her hands into the water in imagination, feeling its coolness move over her skin. The sensation is soothing, washing away any remaining tension from the day. The princess lies down on the grass, looking up at the stars. She feels the earth beneath her, solid and steady. The grass cushions her body. The cool air brushes her cheeks, and the night hums quietly around her. Every sound and touch is soft, steady, and comforting. A gentle owl hoots from a distant tree. Its call is low and calming. The princess imagines the flight of the owl gliding silently over the gardens and the castle. She floats alongside it, weightless, moving through the night with ease. The world is soft, quiet, and vast, a safe space for dreaming. The trees rustle in unison with the wind. Leaves brush softly against one another. The fountain continues its gentle song. Every sound merges into a peaceful rhythm that carries the princess and you toward complete relaxation. In her mind, the embroidery threads shimmer once more. Patterns of gold, silver, and soft pastels twist and flow like gentle rivers. She imagines tracing them with her fingers, letting each motion sink deeper into calmness. Each stitch becomes a heartbeat, each heartbeat a wave that rocks her into rest. The castle itself seems to breathe with her. Its stone walls exude warmth and safety. Its towers hold the stars. Its gardens rest quietly beneath the silver moon. She feels held by the entire place, a world that exists only for this moment of peace. The princess closes her eyes fully now, sinking into her blankets. Her breathing slows further, soft and even. She imagines the stars above drifting lazily across the sky, a slow and steady tide. The night carries her gently, as if cradled in invisible arms, moving toward dreams filled with calm, soft colors and quiet joy. Outside, the world sleeps. The wind whispers through trees. The fountain murmurs softly. The nightingale's song fades into silence. The owl rests in its tree. Even the castle seems to sigh, settling deeper into stillness. All is calm. All is safe. You are there with her, floating in the same soft night. You feel weightless, calm, and completely held by this gentle world. The air is cool and soft. The sounds of water, leaves, and distant creatures carry a gentle rhythm that matches your breathing. You are at peace. Every heartbeat, every breath, every tiny sound carries you deeper into rest. You feel safe, warm, and calm. You imagine yourself lying on soft grass under a silver sky with stars watching over you. The world is still, the night is tender, and your mind drifts softly toward sleep. The princess smiles in her dreams. She is calm, understood, and peaceful. You drift with her, carried by the rhythm of the night. The the gentle sounds of the castle, and the soft glow of the moonlight. Every moment is a gentle reminder that rest is welcome, that calm is present, and that sleep comes easily. You may let your eyelids grow heavy. Every muscle softens. Every thought slows. You are surrounded by warmth, quiet, and safety. You drift deeper and deeper, carried toward gentle dreams, toward a night filled with serenity. The castle sleeps. The gardens sleep. The princess sleeps. And now you sleep, held in this soft, timeless world. The night has deepened now, and the world feels completely still. The castle, with its stone walls and tall towers, rests quietly under the soft glow of moonlight. Even the smallest breeze seems to move slowly, brushing leaves with a whisper that barely stirs the air. The princess lies in her bed, breathing evenly, entirely relaxed, and you are there with her in your imagination, cradled by this calm world. Her eyes are closed, but in her mind, the stars above continue to twinkle softly. Each one pulses gently, like tiny lanterns hung across the sky. Their light drifts down and brushes your cheeks in a soft, cool glow. You feel the night wrapping around you, steady and comforting, like a soft blanket tucked carefully over your shoulders. The sound of the fountain reaches you even in your sleep. Water slides over stones in a soft, continuous rhythm. You imagine dipping your hands into it, feeling the cool, smooth flow moving over your skin. With each gentle ripple, your body feels lighter, your muscles softer, and your mind quieter. Every small sound in the castle blends into a soothing, lulling melody that carries you farther from wakefulness and closer to deep rest. The trees outside sway gently in the breeze. Their leaves brush against one another with a tender rustle, a sound like whispers meant only for you. The nightingale sings again, quietly, softly, each note stretching and fading into the stillness. The owl rests in its tree, the faintest hoot sounding like a lullaby in the distance. All around, the world is hushed, calm, and tender, holding you in a gentle embrace. You imagine yourself walking through the castle one last time. Each corridor is bathed in candlelight, flickering softly, warm, and inviting. Your footsteps are slow, light, and gentle on the stone floors. The tapestries along the walls shimmer faintly, their threads telling quiet stories of the past. Each pattern seems to reach out with a soft touch, reminding you of safety, patience, and serenity. Every breath you take matches the rhythm of the castle, the garden, and the night itself. Inhale softly, feeling calm, move through your chest. Exhale slowly, letting all tension drift away. Inhale, soft and warm. Exhale, soft and empty. You are in perfect harmony with this gentle world. The princess turns slightly in her bed. The covers are soft and warm, the pillow cradling her head like a cloud. She imagines the embroidery in her lap, its threads glowing faintly in the candlelight. She traces them slowly, deliberately, letting every motion carry a wave of calm through her body. You imagine tracing them with her, your fingers brushing over the soft, glowing threads, every touch soothing and gentle. Outside, the moon rises higher, casting silver light through the window. It mingles with the candle's golden glow, painting the room with soft, dancing shadows. The night stretches on, calm and quiet, and you feel yourself floating with it, weightless and at ease. The castle, the princess, and the gardens all rest together, a single heartbeat of serenity in the still night. The princess drifts deeper into sleep. Her breathing is slow, soft, and even. You follow her into this quiet dream, letting the world of the castle fade gently into a landscape of soft stars, calm waters, and warm light. Every heartbeat matches the rhythm of the night. Every breath drifts you farther into calm, letting your thoughts settle, soft and light. Now, imagine lying in a field just beyond the castle. The grass beneath you is soft and cool, the air gentle and sweet. The stars above twinkle like distant lanterns, and the moon watches over you, serene and steady. A gentle breeze moves across your skin, carrying the soft scent of flowers and dew. Every sense is soothed, every sound is tender, every movement is slow, calm, and quiet. In this quiet field, time does not rush. You are completely present, fully relaxed. You feel every muscle softening, every thought slowing, every worry dissolving. The gentle rhythm of night surrounds you like a lullaby. You feel held, safe, and entirely calm. The princess lies in the same field beside you in imagination. Her presence is gentle and reassuring. She smiles faintly, not needing to speak, her calm energy touching you like a warm, quiet light. You feel the same serenity she feels, steady and lasting, flowing through you with each breath. Now, you may let yourself drift completely. The stars above watch softly, the moon glows gently, and the earth beneath you supports and holds you. Each breath, each heartbeat carries you farther into sleep. You are weightless, peaceful, and deeply calm. All tension has left your body, and all worries have faded into the soft night. The castle sleeps, the gardens sleep, the princess sleeps. And now you sleep fully, completely, resting in a world that is gentle, safe, and calm. The night carries you, soft and steady, into dreams filled with peace, light, and quiet joy. Breathe slowly, inhale, exhale. Allow yourself to sink deeper. You are safe, you are calm, you are at rest. The stars shine, the moon glows, the wind whispers. All is gentle, all is serene, all is yours to hold as you drift fully into sleep. Sleep now, let the world fade softly around you. Sleep now, the castle and the princess will watch over you until morning. Sleep now, you are safe, you are calm, and you are completely at peace. Relax now, let your body settle into the soft embrace of your bed. Feel the weight of the blankets gently pressing down, comforting and warm. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out softly, releasing any tension in your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Let your mind drift with the rhythm of your breathing. Inhale calm, exhale worry. Allow yourself to sink deeper and imagine a quiet world, gentle and serene. Our story today begins in a quiet chamber of an old Tudor castle, where the morning light falls in soft, pale beams through high latticed windows. The air is cool and calm, carrying the faint scent of beeswax from candles and the earthy warmth of wooden beams. A young princess sits by her window, a small white falcon perched lightly on the sill. Its feathers glint softly in the morning light, each one a delicate brush of pale silver and cream. She strokes her hand slowly over the embroidered cushions, feeling the soft threads beneath her fingertips. Outside, the garden is still and quiet, each leaf gently trembling in the morning breeze. The falcon blinks slowly, head tilting with careful curiosity, watching the world with quiet, knowing eyes. Its presence is steady, soothing, a reminder of calm and purity in a life that often felt harsh and lonely. The princess breathes in, slowly, letting the cool air fill her lungs. She watches the bird stretch its wings, feeling the faint rhythm of its feathers brushing together. Each soft beat, each gentle rustle, creates a quiet, steady music, a lullaby for a restless heart. She imagines the falcon lifting into the sky, gliding above the castle towers, over the fields and rivers below. The gentle swoop of wings stirs the air, brushing softly against the trees, making the leaves whisper secrets in the wind. She reaches out to the bird, hand hovering in the soft glow of dawn. It doesn't flinch. It simply tilts its head, its small, sharp eyes meeting hers. She smiles quietly, feeling a wave of warmth wash over her chest. The sound of wings, the quiet morning, the slow dance of sunlight through the window. These are her companions now. These small, gentle details of the world bring her comfort, even when the rest of the court seems distant or unkind. The falcon takes off suddenly, rising into the sky with a soft, airy beat. The princess watches it, following the movement with slow, calm breaths. Its shadow glides over the garden, over the hedges trimmed like green waves, over the fountain where water ripples quietly. She imagines floating alongside it, drifting on the wind, feeling the air lift her hair, brushing softly over her cheeks, carrying the faint scent of grass and wildflowers. The castle itself seems to breathe with her. Its stone walls are warm beneath the soft morning light, the towers reaching upward like patient, silent sentinels. Each corridor echoes faintly with the quiet sounds of lifing, unseen servant adjusting a tapestry, the soft creak of a wooden door, the distant murmur of voices from a hall just waking to the day. Each sound is slow, gentle, and soothing, blending into a rhythm that matches her own breathing. She turns away from the window and walks slowly across the chamber. Her feet make soft, quiet sounds against the wooden floor. Each step is deliberate, unhurried, like a meditation. She reaches a small table where an unfinished embroidery lies, golden threads glinting in the gentle light. Her fingers hover over the delicate stitches, feeling the smooth thread glide through the soft fabric. Each tiny motion brings a wave of calm, as if the very act of creation is a lullaby. Each stitch a gentle heartbeat echoing in the room. Outside the window, the breeze moves through the trees. Leaves rustle softly, brushing against each other like whispers meant only for her ears. The falcon lands again on the sill, shaking its feathers lightly, creating a soft scattering of sound, delicate and comforting. She watches it preen, the slow motion of its movements almost hypnotic. Its presence is steady and unwavering, a quiet companion who does not speak, yet communicates calm through its being. She opens the window slowly, letting the cool air drift in, brushing over her skin. She leans lightly against the sill, feeling the warmth of the sun beginning to reach the stones outside. The garden below glows faintly, dew sparkling like tiny stars on the grass. Each blade of grass sways gently in the morning wind. She imagines walking among them, barefoot, feeling the softness under her feet, the coolness mingling with the warmth of sunlight on her face. The falcon chirps softly, a sound like a gentle chime. It spreads its wings and flutters in place, the quiet beat filling the space with a sense of rhythm and ease. The princess closes her eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, and imagines the wind carrying her into the sky. She feels weightless, calm, and free. The world below is slow and serene, a soft patchwork of gardens, fields, and rivers. She glides over them, feeling the wind in her hair, the quiet hum of the earth beneath her. Her heart slows with the rhythm of the bird, her mind becoming lighter with each breath. The quiet presence of the falcon, the slow movement of the breeze, the gentle warmth of sunlight, and the soft rustle of leaves all weave together, creating a tapestry of peace. She imagines herself settling in a patch of soft grass in the garden, the falcon resting nearby. Its warmth is steady, comforting, a living weight of serenity. As the day moves slowly forward, the princess traces patterns in the air with her fingers, imagining shapes of stars, leaves, and clouds. The falcon hops lightly along the windowsill, tilting its head to watch. Each motion is soft and deliberate, a meditation in movement, a quiet signal that life continues gently, even in moments of solitude. She breathes in this calm, letting it fill every part of her being. Even the distant castle corridors seem to join in the quiet rhythm of her morning. The faint shuffle of feet, the muted sounds of distant voices, the soft thump of doors opening and closing, they all become part of the gentle soundtrack that surrounds her. The world is slow, tender, and safe, carrying her forward with deliberate, soothing ease. The princess rises from the window seat, letting her fingers linger on the cool, carved stone sill for a moment. She moves slowly across the chamber, each step measured and gentle, the soft sound of her slippers barely brushing the floor. Outside, the morning sun climbs higher, painting the garden in muted shades of gold and green. The falcon spreads its wings, hopping lightly from the sill to a nearby perch, its feathers catching the light in quiet, shimmering patterns. She pauses at a small table where a single cup of warm herbal tea rests. The steam curls lazily upward, twisting in the pale light like a soft, slow dance. She lifts the cup to her lips, inhaling the faint scent of chamomile and lavender. The warmth travels down her throat, spreading comfort through her chest. Each sip is deliberate, mindful, and soothing, grounding her in the slow rhythm of the day. From the window, the garden seems alive, but still in a gentle way. Bees hum softly among the early flowers, their tiny wings beating quietly. A small breeze stirs the petals, making them sway with slow, hypnotic grace. The falcon tilts its head to watch a butterfly drift past, wings trembling in the soft wind. Every small motion, every delicate sound, layers together into a quiet symphony of calm that fills the princess's chamber and her mind. She sets down the cup and moves toward the low bookshelf, its wooden shelves filled with carefully arranged volumes. Some are thick with embroidered covers, others bound in leather worn smooth by years of handling. Her hand traces the spines lightly, feeling the textures beneath her fingertips, letting each one speak a silent story. She chooses a small, thin volume and opens it, the soft crackle of the pages mingling with the subtle hum of the morning. Outside, the wind brushes through the branches, carrying the faint scent of distant flowers and fresh earth. The falcon cocks its head, watching the swaying leaves, a quiet guardian in her small, peaceful world. The princess reads slowly, each word a gentle note, a soft pulse in the rhythm of her morning. She imagines the voices of the past speaking softly through the pages, each letter a gentle caress, guiding her thoughts into calm and serenity. She leans back in her chair, closing her eyes for a moment. She listens to the sounds of the garden, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant chirp of a bird, the muted thrum of insects beginning their day. Each sound is deliberate and slow, a lullaby that drifts through her chamber and into her heart. The falcon perches quietly, its soft feathers brushing against the sill, reminding her that she is not alone, that she is held by this gentle, living world. The princess imagines stepping into the garden, moving barefoot over the soft grass. Each step is slow and deliberate, the earth cool and tender beneath her feet. She moves past the fountain, where water drifts smoothly over stone, creating quiet ripples that reflect the light of the sun. She imagines the soft splash as she dips her fingers into the water, the liquid sliding over her skin with a gentle, soothing rhythm. The falcon follows, flying slowly just above the treetops. Its wings beat in steady, hypnotic arcs, guiding her gaze upward. She tilts her head, watching the movement, feeling the soft breeze brush her face as if the air itself is breathing with her. The rhythm of the bird and the wind becomes a gentle pulse in her chest, matching the calm beat of her own heart. In the quiet corners of the garden, flowers bloom in soft clusters. Lilies, roses, and small wildflowers sway gently, their colors muted in the early light. Each bloom seems to release a tiny whisper of calm, a faint scent that mingles with the breeze. The princess imagines picking one, feeling the softness of its petals, letting the faint perfume fill her senses. She closes her eyes, letting the moment stretch slowly, savored and tender. The falcon lands on a low branch nearby, shaking its feathers lightly. A few stray strands fall onto the grass, soft as down. She picks them up, brushing them gently between her fingers, feeling the silky texture. The bird chirps softly, a tiny, delicate sound that echoes in the quiet garden. It seems to say nothing but presence, nothing but calm, nothing but the steady reassurance of this gentle companionship. The princess walks toward a stone bench beneath a tall, old oak, its branches spread wide, leaves brushing against one another in the soft wind. She sits down slowly, feeling the rough stone beneath her and the soft shade of the leaves above. She leans back, closing her eyes, listening to the faint sigh of the breeze moving through the branches. Each sound, each motion is slow and deliberate, a steady rhythm that draws her deeper into calm. The falcon hops lightly onto the bench beside her, tilting its head to watch her. Its small claws touch her fingers gently, as if to remind her of presence and trust. She strokes its feathers softly, each motion a gentle wave of comfort flowing through her arms and shoulders. The sun moves higher, warming her skin, and the wind carries the soft sounds of the garden farther into the still morning. She breathes slowly, inhaling the warmth and calm, exhaling any tension or restlessness. Her body feels heavy, yet light at the same time, held by the earth and air alike. She imagines her mind floating above the castle towers, drifting over gardens and rivers, carried on the wings of the falcon. Each beat of its wings mirrors her breathing, slow and soothing, lulling her deeper into a state of gentle, quiet rest. The day stretches forward in this slow, peaceful rhythm. Flowers sway, birds call, the wind sighs. The falcon perches, dips, and glides, guiding her attention in gentle arcs, keeping her mind anchored in calm. The castle walls, the stone floors, and the warm beams above all seem to hum quietly with the same rhythm, steady and unwavering, a tender cradle for her thoughts and her heart. She imagines the falcon lifting again, soaring into the sky, higher and higher. She follows in her mind, weightless, drifting among clouds that feel soft as down. The sunlight warms her face, the wind whispers across her cheeks, and the world below stretches in a slow, serene expanse. Every movement is soft, every sound is deliberate, every moment is filled with gentle, deliberate calm. The princess opens her eyes slowly, letting the memory of the sky linger in her mind. The garden below is still quiet, each leaf swaying softly, each blade of grass glowing faintly in the pale light. The falcon stretches its wings, then folds them neatly, perching beside her on the stone bench. Its steady presence feels like a heartbeat in the calm, a silent rhythm that matches the slow beat of her own chest. She reaches out and runs her fingers along the carved edges of the bench, tracing patterns worn smooth over years. The stone is cool beneath her fingertips, grounding and reassuring. Each detail of her surroundings is soft and deliberate, from the faint creak of a branch overhead to the distant trickle of water in the fountain. She allows herself to linger on each sound and sensation, noticing them fully, letting them sink into her mind and body like gentle waves. A quiet breeze moves through the garden, brushing her hair softly across her cheeks. She leans back against the bench, closing her eyes, and imagines the wind carrying away any tension or unease. It slips through her fingers like water, leaving only a calm, soothing presence in its place. The falcon shifts slightly, ruffling its feathers with a faint, soothing rustle, and she smiles at the simple, quiet companionship. She stands slowly and walks toward the fountain. Water spills over the stone edge in a soft, continuous murmur. She dips her hand into the cool, clear liquid, letting it trickle gently over her fingers. The sensation is delicate, calming, a rhythm of touch that echoes in her mind. She imagines tiny ripples moving outward, touching every corner of the garden, carrying peace with them. Nearby, the falcon flutters lightly onto a low branch, watching her with attentive eyes. Each beat of its wings seems to match her breathing, slow and steady, a living meditation in movement. She watches the bird, mesmerized by its grace and patience. Its presence is reassuring, a reminder that even in moments of solitude, she is held by the world around her. The princess sits once more on the bench beneath the oak tree. The leaves above shimmer in the soft wind, casting dappled shadows on her face and shoulders. She imagines the branches swaying slowly, each leaf whispering secrets she cannot hear, yet understanding all the same. The gentle motion rocks her mind like a cradle, each sway a wave of calm washing over her. She reaches for the falcon, brushing her fingers along its soft feathers. The bird chirps faintly, a delicate, musical sound that blends with the distant rustle of leaves and the faint hum of life in the castle beyond. She closes her eyes and imagines the sound as a thread, weaving through the quiet morning, connecting her to every part of this gentle world. In her mind, she rises again, floating slowly above the garden. The castle towers rise around her, their stones glowing faintly in the morning sun. The falcon glides beside her, guiding her through currents of warm, gentle air. She imagines drifting over fields that stretch like green oceans, rivers that glint in the sunlight, and forests where each tree sways in harmony with the wind. Every movement is slow, deliberate, and soothing, carrying her further from worry and closer to calm. She descends again to the garden, settling on a patch of soft grass beneath the oak. The falcon lands lightly beside her, tilting its head as if to ask if she is ready to rest. She strokes its feathers gently, feeling the silky softness beneath her fingers. The wind moves through the trees, rustling the leaves in quiet, undulating waves. She listens to the sound and imagines it carrying her mind away from all noise and distraction, leaving only stillness and serenity. The princess closes her eyes, letting the warmth of sunlight, the coolness of the breeze, and the steady presence of the falcon fill every part of her being. She imagines herself breathing with the garden, each inhale drawing in the calm, each exhale releasing tension. Every leaf, every blade of grass, every ripple in the fountain seems to pulse in time with her heartbeat, a slow, hypnotic rhythm that lulls her closer to rest. She imagines tiny petals falling gently from the flowers around her, soft as feathers, brushing against her skin without a sound. The falcon watches quietly, occasionally flicking its wings in small, graceful movements. The air is still, the sunlight warm, the garden alive with slow, gentle motion. She feels held by the world around her, cradled in this quiet, peaceful moment where time itself seems to slow. Birdsong drifts from the trees, soft and deliberate, each note fading gently into the next. She imagines following the sounds, letting them guide her attention like a gentle river, carrying her thoughts in slow, meandering currents. Each sound, each movement, each touch becomes a thread weaving her deeper into calm, a web of serenity and safety that holds her in the present moment. The falcon takes off again, circling above her in wide, slow arcs. She watches it drift across the sky, feeling the wind brushing her cheeks, the warmth of the sun spreading slowly through her body. Every beat of the bird's wings matches her own breathing, slow and steady, a rhythm that carries her further into peace. She imagines herself lifting alongside it, floating over the castle, the gardens, and the fields, weightless and calm. As the day continues, the garden seems to settle into a slow, deliberate lull. The fountain bubbles gently, the trees sway in quiet waves, and the falcon perches on a high branch, wings tucked neatly at its sides. The princess sits on the grass, letting her body sink into the softness, her mind drifting with the gentle motion of leaves, water, and wind. Every sensation is soft and deliberate, designed to lull her into quiet reflection and rest. She imagines the castle fading into the distance, leaving only the garden and the sky, the falcon and the breeze. Each detail is clear and soft, a tender, breathing world designed to cradle her thoughts. The warmth of sunlight, the gentle rustle of leaves, the faint scent of flowers, and the quiet presence of the falcon form a cocoon of calm, a slow, hypnotic rhythm that carries her closer to sleep. The princess lies back on the soft grass, letting it mold gently beneath her body. Each blade brushes softly against her skin, a whisper of nature that soothes and grounds her. She listens to the faint hum of life around Hertha, gentle murmur of the fountain, the distant rustle of leaves, the quiet flutter of the falcon's wings. Each sound blends together into a slow, steady rhythm, a lullaby of the garden itself. The falcon hops down beside her, perching lightly on the grass. Its feathers glint in the sunlight, soft and pale, almost glowing. She reaches out to touch it gently, feeling the silky softness of its plumage. Its small, steady heartbeat seems to echo her own, a quiet connection that wraps her in calm and reassurance. The world around her feels alive, yet gentle, each movement deliberate and soft. She imagines the wind drifting through the garden, carrying with it faint scents of lavender and rose. Each inhale draws the fragrances deep into her chest, and with each exhale, she lets go of any lingering tension. The breeze brushes her hair across her cheeks, lifts the petals of flowers in slow spirals, and creates soft ripples in the fountain. Every motion is measured and soothing, like the gentle rocking of a cradle. The princess sits up slowly, brushing her hands across the soft earth. She imagines herself walking barefoot across the garden, feeling the cool grass between her toes and the warmth of the sun on her skin. Every step is deliberate, slow, and grounding. The falcon follows above, gliding in wide, lazy circles, its wings cutting gently through the calm air. She imagines the rhythm of its flight, the soft flap of wings, and lets that rhythm guide her breathing, deep and steady. She reaches the edge of a small grove within the garden, where the shade of trees softens the sunlight into a gentle, muted glow. The air smells faintly of earth and blossoms, calming and serene. She sinks onto a low stone bench beneath the trees, feeling the cool surface beneath her legs. The leaves sway slowly above her, rustling softly like a whispered song, and she leans back, closing her eyes to listen fully. The falcon settles on a branch just above her, tilting its head as if to watch over her. She runs her fingers along its feathers again, each stroke deliberate and soft. The warmth of the sun, the gentle sway of the trees, the presence of the bird, and the subtle sense of the garden all combine to form a cocoon of calm. Her thoughts drift with each slow breath, floating in a rhythm as quiet and steady as the garden itself. She imagines a small stream nearby, water trickling gently over smooth stones. The soft sound of water adds another layer of calm to the garden. She reaches toward it, imagining dipping her hands into the cool, clear flow. The sensation is delicate, soothing, and rhythmic. She feels the water slide over her fingers in soft, slow streams, carrying away any lingering worries or tension. Above, the falcon glides slowly along the stream, circling with wings extended in gentle arcs. She imagines herself floating beside it, weightless and serene. The air carries the scent of wet stone and wildflowers, the soft murmur of water, and the faint rustle of leaves. Each sound blends into a gentle harmony, guiding her mind into deeper relaxation and gentle reflection. The princess lies back again on the soft grass, letting the warmth of the sun seep into her skin. The falcon perches nearby, still and calm, its feathers brushing against the ground. She imagines the soft flutter of wings and the quiet murmur of the garden, a slow, deliberate rhythm that matches her breathing. Each inhale draws in peace and calm. Each exhale releases tension and thought, leaving only gentle, tranquil presence. She imagines flowers blooming softly around her, petals unfurling in slow, deliberate motions. The colors are muted and tender pale pinks, soft whites, gentle greens, and the air carries their faint, soothing scent. She lets her fingers brush against the petals, feeling the delicate textures and the slow rhythm of growth. Every small movement and sound adds to the layered calm of the garden, wrapping her in a serene, tranquil embrace. The falcon stretches lightly, then ruffles its feathers softly. Its small, delicate movements are hypnotic in their calm precision. She watches it quietly, letting the rhythm of the bird's motions guide her thoughts into quiet reflection. Each motion is slow, deliberate, and soothing. The garden seems to breathe with her, moving gently in a symphony of calm. She imagines the sun slowly beginning its descent, casting the garden in a soft, golden glow. Shadows stretch long across the grass, and the temperature cools gently, The falcon perches on a low branch, its feathers glinting in the fading light. She feels the gentle warmth fading from her skin, replaced by the calm, still air of early evening. Every sense is attuned to this moment of soft transition, a lull in time that carries her closer to quiet rest. The princess leans back again on the grass, letting her body sink fully into its soft embrace. She imagines the wind brushing lightly across her face, carrying the faint scent of flowers and earth. The water of the stream trickles faintly nearby, and the soft rustle of leaves continues overhead. She lets these gentle sensations wash over her, feeling the rhythm of the garden moving slowly through her body and mind. She imagines herself floating above the garden once more, weightless and calm. The falcon glides beside her, each flap of its wings matching the slow rhythm of her breathing. The castle walls, the trees, the stream, and the fountain all fade softly into the background, leaving only calm, soft light, and gentle movement. Every sound, every motion, and every breath draws her closer to a quiet, serene place where the mind can rest fully. The day settles into a slow, soft evening. Birds sing quiet lullabies. The breeze moves with gentle waves, and the falcon perches silently, watching. The princess feels herself held by this gentle, living world, each element a soft thread weaving peace through her body and mind. She allows herself to sink fully into that stillness, letting every inhale bring calm and every exhale release the day. The princess lies quietly on the soft grass, feeling the warmth of the fading sun gently soften her body. Her eyes are closed, but she imagines the garden bathed in the golden glow of early evening. Each leaf seems to shimmer softly, each blade of grass catching the light in tiny, subtle movements. She lets the world slow down around her, every small sound stretching gently into the calm. The falcon remains perched nearby, still and attentive, its feathers ruffling faintly in the breeze. She reaches out, brushing her fingers across the soft plumage, feeling the delicate texture under her touch. Its steady presence is soothing, a quiet heartbeat that echoes her own in gentle rhythm. She imagines the soft movement of its wings, the light brushing of air, and allows that gentle rhythm to guide her breathing into deeper calm. Above, the sky is soft and muted, pale pinks blending into soft blues. A few clouds drift lazily, moving with the slow wind. She imagines herself floating alongside them, weightless, drifting over the garden, the stream, and the castle walls. The falcon glides beside her, its wings slicing through the quiet air in steady, calm arcs. Each beat of its wings is a lullaby, a gentle cadence that fills her mind with tranquility. She imagines herself sitting again beneath the oak tree, the fading sunlight filtering through the leaves, the soft rustle of branches and the quiet murmur of the stream nearby form a gentle symphony. She reaches for a flower at her side, feeling its petals unfold slowly beneath her fingertips. The soft textures and delicate scents of the garden surround her completely, each sensation a soothing layer in the evening calm. The falcon hops lightly onto her shoulder, tilting its head to observe her face. She smiles faintly and strokes its feathers gently, feeling the softness beneath her hands. The warmth of its body and the subtle pulse of its heartbeat bring her a quiet comfort. She imagines her own heartbeat syncing with the birds, a slow, steady rhythm that carries through her body, relaxing every muscle and easing every thought. A cool breeze drifts through the garden, brushing her cheeks softly. She breathes it in slowly, imagining the wind taking away all tension, all worry, all lingering unease. The air carries the faint scent of flowers and wet earth, a soothing mixture that feels as if the world itself is exhaling calm into her being. She lets herself sink deeper into the soft grass, feeling the gentle pressure beneath her, grounding her fully in this peaceful moment. She imagines the fountain nearby, water spilling over the stone in a continuous, gentle murmur. The sound is soft and rhythmic, a slow pulse that matches her breathing. She dips her hand into the cool water, letting it run over her fingers in delicate streams. Each droplet is a tiny ripple of calm, washing softly through her body and mind. She imagines the water flowing slowly, carrying peace with it across the garden, over the grass, through the trees, and into the quiet sky. The princess closes her eyes fully, letting the warmth of the sun fade gently into the cool embrace of evening. The falcon perches nearby, still and watchful, its small movements measured and soothing. She imagines the garden breathing with her, each leaf, each blade of grass, each petal moving in soft synchrony with her own rhythm. Every sound and motion is deliberate, slow and soft, weaving a cocoon of calm around her. She pictures the sky darkening softly, stars beginning to glimmer faintly in the pale twilight. The garden remains gentle and alive, the stream murmuring quietly, leaves rustling softly, and the falcon sitting calmly in its perch. She imagines herself drifting slowly, weightless, through the garden and into the sky, carried by gentle currents of wind. Each motion is soothing, a slow arc that rocks her mind into deep, peaceful rest. The princess imagines herself walking along the stream, bare feet brushing the soft grass, feeling each texture and sound. The water trickles gently over smooth stones, its soft murmur blending with the faint rustle of leaves and the distant, comforting hum of the castle. She lets every sense be present, each touch, each sound, each breath grounding her in the calm of this serene evening. The falcon lifts its wings, slowly gliding across the stream in gentle arcs. She imagines herself following, floating beside it in a serene and weightless glide. The wind brushes softly against her face, carrying the subtle fragrances of flowers, the cool scent of water, and the quiet, earthy smell of the garden. Each inhale draws calm, each exhale releases tension. Every movement is slow, deliberate, and soothing. She sits again beneath the oak, feeling the sturdy trunk against her back, the roots grounding her deeply into the earth. The falcon perches beside her once more, ruffling its feathers gently in the soft evening breeze. The stream murmurs, leaves sway slowly, petals of flowers quiver softly, and the faint hum of distant birds completes the quiet orchestra of the garden. She feels held by every motion and sound, each one carrying her deeper into calm. The sun finally dips below the horizon, painting the sky in soft shades of lavender and rose. The garden grows quiet and still, only the faint murmurs of water and rustling leaves remaining. She imagines herself lying back fully on the grass, letting the colors of the sky wash over her, each soft hue dissolving into a gentle peace. The falcon perches silently above, wings tucked close, watching over her as she sinks deeper into rest. She breathes in the cool evening air, slowly, letting it move gently through her body. Each exhale carries away all lingering thoughts and tension. Her muscles relax fully, her mind quiets, and she feels the deep, slow rhythm of the garden pulse through her. Every leaf, every ripple of water, every movement of the falcon becomes a gentle, hypnotic cadence, that guides her into a state of serenity. The princess lies quietly beneath the oak tree, feeling the earth firm and cool beneath her. She imagines the faint murmur of the stream nearby, flowing slowly over smooth stones. Each tiny ripple of water is soft and rhythmic, like a gentle heartbeat echoing through the stillness of the garden. She lets herself sink deeper into the sensation, feeling the calm of the world around her gently enfolding her. Above, the falcon perches on a low branch, wings folded, head tilted slightly as if listening to her breath. She reaches a hand upward, slowly, barely moving, and brushes the softness of its feathers with her fingertips. Each stroke is delicate and quiet, a tactile meditation that sends warmth through her hands and arms. The gentle, deliberate movements of the bird guide her mind into the calmest rhythm, each thought dissolving softly into quiet. The breeze drifts lightly through the garden, carrying a mixture of scents: wildflowers, cool grass, and faint traces of water. Each inhale fills her lungs with this subtle perfume, and each exhale releases any lingering tension. She imagines the air moving slowly across her face, caressing her cheeks, lifting strands of hair softly, and brushing the tips of her fingers. Every sense is embraced by this delicate touch of nature, a tender rhythm that carries her toward rest. She pictures the sun having disappeared fully, leaving a twilight sky painted with gentle purples and pale silvers. Stars begin to shimmer faintly, twinkling softly in the vast, calm sky above. The falcon shifts lightly on its perch, stretching its wings slowly and deliberately, each movement smooth and measured. She imagines herself floating beside it in quiet arcs, weightless, drifting slowly with the rhythm of wings and wind. Her thoughts begin to slow, carried by the gentle symphony of the garden. The rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of the fountain, and the soft trickle of the stream combine into a quiet cadence. She imagines the water flowing over stones, each drop a tiny wave of calm, carrying serenity through her body and mind. Every sound, every motion is soft, deliberate, and comforting, like the world itself breathing gently around her. The princess imagines walking slowly along the path by the stream, her bare feet brushing against soft grass and smooth stones. The cool air brushes her skin, and she feels grounded by each deliberate step. Flowers lean toward her path, petals trembling faintly in the evening breeze, releasing their subtle scent. She bends to touch them gently, feeling the delicate softness and letting their calm spread through her hands, her arms, her heart. The falcon glides smoothly above, wings wide, its movement fluid and hypnotic. She imagines following its flight, drifting lightly in the warm, quiet air. Each beat of its wings carries a subtle rhythm into her mind, slow and steady, guiding her into a deeper state of calm. She feels the wind brushing her face, the scent of the garden drifting up, and the soft hum of distant life all around her. Everything blends into a harmonious lullaby, soft and deliberate. She imagines the garden as a sanctuary, every leaf, petal, and ripple of water moving in gentle, measured patterns. Shadows stretch slowly across the ground, trees sway softly, and the falcon perches quietly, keeping watch. The castle beyond is distant and muted, no noise, no pressure, just the calm presence of stone walls under twilight. She imagines herself fully absorbed in this quiet world, letting it fill her senses with peace. The night deepens, stars twinkling brighter against a velvet sky. The princess lies back fully on the soft grass, letting her body melt into the earth. She feels the steady heartbeat of the falcon beside her, the soft rustle of leaves above, the gentle trickle of the stream nearby. Each small sound, each soft movement is a thread weaving through her mind, carrying her further into serenity. She imagines the falcon stretching its wings gently and then folding them again, each motion deliberate and soothing. The rhythm of the bird becomes a lullaby, slow and steady, guiding her thoughts into quiet stillness. She feels the calm spreading through her chest, her arms, her legs, and into her very bones. Every breath she takes is deeper, slower, more tranquil, syncing with the soft cadence of the garden. The princess imagines herself floating gently above the garden, weightless and serene. The falcon glides beside her, guiding her over the trees, the stream, and the soft grass below. The breeze brushes lightly across her face, carrying the faint fragrance of flowers and earth. Each sound, each motion, each subtle scent layers upon the next, forming a cocoon of calm around her mind and body. She pictures herself slowly descending back to the soft grass beneath the oak tree. The night is quiet, serene, and tender. The falcon settles on a branch above, watching over her silently. She feels safe, comforted, and enveloped in this gentle world, letting every muscle relax fully, every thought dissolve, and every breath carry her deeper into calm. The princess imagines the stars twinkling faintly above, casting a pale light across the garden. The stream murmurs softly, the leaves rustle, and the faint scent of flowers drifts through the cool night air. She lets her mind float among these gentle sensations, each one a whisper of calm, a soft reminder of serenity. Her body and mind are at peace, grounded and relaxed, held by the quiet rhythms of the garden and the watchful falcon. The night deepens further, the world around her slowing to a gentle, measured pulse. The falcon remains nearby, silent and steady, wings folded close. The princess closes her eyes fully, breathing slowly and deeply, letting the calm of the garden flow through her. Every sound, every touch, every gentle movement becomes a part of her own rhythm, guiding her into a deep, tranquil state of rest. She imagines a gentle light surrounding her, soft and warm, wrapping her in comfort. The falcon, the trees, the stream, and the faint shimmer of stars all form a protective, soothing cocoon. Every sensation is deliberate and soft, a slow, measured embrace that carries her closer to sleep. She lets herself sink fully into this quiet, peaceful world, letting her mind drift freely on the currents of calm. The princess imagines herself lying completely still, the soft grass beneath her forming a gentle cradle. The night sky stretches endlessly above, dark and velvety, dotted with stars that shimmer faintly like tiny lanterns. She breathes in slowly, feeling the cool air fill her lungs, and exhales softly, letting every thought and worry drift away. Each breath carries her deeper into calm, each pause between breaths a quiet invitation to rest. The falcon settles nearby, quiet and watchful, its soft feathers ruffling gently in the evening breeze. She feels the warmth of its presence, steady and gentle, like a heartbeat beside her own. Every soft movement of the bird, every subtle sound, is a rhythm that eases her mind and relaxes her body. She imagines herself breathing in perfect harmony with the falcon, each inhaling and exhaling a slow, soothing wave. The gentle murmur of the stream reaches her ears, a soft lullaby of flowing water over smooth stones. Leaves rustle faintly above, and the faint fragrance of night-blooming flowers drifts through the air. The princess imagines each sound as a tiny wave of calm carrying through her body from head to toe. Her muscles release all tension, her mind grows quieter, and she feels fully embraced by the peace of the garden. A cool breeze brushes across her face, carrying the subtle scent of grass and earth. She imagines the night air moving softly around her, wrapping her in a gentle, invisible blanket. Every exhale releases the last remnants of worry, and every inhale fills her with calm, quiet, and serenity. She feels as if the world itself is breathing with her, slow and deliberate, a comforting rhythm that lulls her toward sleep. The princess imagines the falcon lifting its wings lightly and gliding through the night sky. She follows it in her mind, drifting effortlessly, weightless and free, over the soft contours of the garden, the shimmering stream, and the distant castle walls. The gentle, fluid movement of its wings becomes a soothing, hypnotic rhythm. She lets herself float alongside, carried effortlessly on the currents of calm that surround her. The garden grows darker, but the shapes of flowers, trees, and leaves remain faintly visible under the pale light of stars. She imagines walking slowly along the soft grass, feeling each step grounding her deeper into the quiet earth. The falcon perches on a low branch, wings folded, watching her silently, a gentle presence that makes her feel safe and protected. She allows herself to sink fully into this protective cocoon of nature and stillness. The princess imagines the soft rustle of leaves overhead, the faint murmur of water flowing in the stream, and the distant hum of nighttime life as a lullaby. Each sound is soft, slow, and deliberate, guiding her further into relaxation. She imagines the gentle sway of branches above her, the subtle shift of air around her body, and the quiet presence of the falcon as gentle anchors in the night. She feels completely safe, completely calm, and completely at peace. The night deepens, the sky a rich, dark velvet, the stars twinkling faintly like soft lanterns suspended in the quiet. The princess imagines herself lying back on the soft grass, her eyes closed, completely absorbed in the gentle rhythms around her. The falcon remains near, still and silent, a guardian in the quiet world. Every sound, every gentle movement, every whisper of wind guides her deeper into serenity. She imagines herself floating slowly above the garden, weightless and free. The falcon glides beside her, wings cutting through the air in long, measured arcs. The stream below glimmers faintly, flowers sway softly, and the cool night air brushes her skin. Each element of the garden moves with a deliberate, gentle rhythm, and she lets herself sink fully into the soothing cadence of the night. The princess imagines the stars above growing brighter, their light soft and comforting. She imagines the quiet sounds of the garden fading slowly into the background, each one a gentle, hypnotic note in a lullaby. She breathes in deeply and slowly, letting the calm fill her completely. She exhales gently, releasing the last traces of worry and tension. Her body is heavy and warm, her mind is quiet, and her heart is serene. The falcon shifts its wings softly, and the princess imagines herself drifting closer to the earth, guided by the gentle rhythm of the garden and the steady presence of her companion. She imagines lying back beneath the oak tree, feeling the soft grass supporting her fully. The cool night air surrounds her, the scent of flowers and earth drifting gently to her senses, and the quiet murmur of the stream flows like a gentle lullaby. She imagines the moon rising faintly, casting a soft silver light across the garden. Each leaf, each blade of grass, each ripple of water is bathed in this gentle glow. She breathes in slowly, letting the calm of the night fill her, and exhales gently, letting all remaining tension flow away. Every part of her body relaxes completely, every thought softens, and she feels cradled in the serene world she has imagined. The princess imagines the falcon perched quietly beside her, a silent companion in the soft, dark garden. The night is calm, the air gentle, and the sounds of the world are soft and distant. She imagines herself melting fully into the grass, embraced by the calm of the evening, the gentle rhythm of the stream, and the soft rustle of leaves above. She allows herself to drift fully, freely, and peacefully. She imagines floating on a gentle current of calm, carried by the soft rhythms of the garden, the subtle movement of the falcon, and the quiet shimmer of stars above. Her mind becomes a calm, vast space, each thought dissolving softly, like clouds drifting in a gentle wind. She lets herself sink fully into this quiet, tranquil space, drifting further and further into serenity. The princess feels herself embraced by a soft, warm cocoon of peace. The falcon remains near, a quiet guardian, wings folded, eyes gentle. The stream murmurs softly, leaves rustle faintly, and the night air moves in gentle currents around her. She breathes slowly and deeply, each inhale filling her with calm, each exhale releasing the last whispers of tension. Finally, the princess allows herself to drift completely into sleep. The garden, the stream, the falcon, the soft air, and the night sky surround her fully. Every sensation is gentle, every sound is soft, and every movement is deliberate and slow. She is held completely by the quiet, calm world, floating peacefully into deep, restorative rest. And there, in the soft embrace of night, the forgotten Tudor princess rests. She is calm, she is safe, and she is surrounded by gentle rhythms and quiet guardians. The world is still, the night is soft, and she drifts fully, freely, and peacefully into sleep. Good night.